Hey guys, what's good? So, people have been asking me several times to make a video on what has been happening in Ferguson and in New York with Eric and Mike Brown. Well, first of all, I'd like to say it's wrong, and second of all, I'd like to address all the haters that say this is just about race. Number one, it is not just black people this is happening to. This is happening to women, to men, to white men. And I'd also like to point out that the media likes to just pick and choose all of these things that are happening, like pick and choosing, oh, this happened to a black man, oh, this is happening to a black woman, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And have you noticed that this has been a trend? Well, the media likes to point out the fact that this is just happening to people who are people of color. No, it's happening for everyone. And at the end of the day, this is not okay. This is not acceptable. This should not be acceptable for anyone. Those two officers should be in jail. And I'd also like to just point out that there are haters who are saying like, oh, these guys were thugs, da 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 da. Let me stop you right there for a second. Let me try and define the word thug for you. Thug is used as a racist term. I've noticed people, when a person of color gets arrested, they're portrayed as a thug, but when it's a white person who gets arrested, they're portrayed as, oh, they are special needs, oh, they're troubled teens, or blah 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 blah. But when it becomes a person of color, they're automatically a criminal. Don't use that term unless you know what that means, okay? I'm so sick of people just being like, ah, that thug got what he wanted. First of all, he did not have a record. Second of all, well, Mike Brown did not have a record. Second of all, I think it's funny how people are blaming his parents for what? And second of all, there's new evidence coming out that the jury was actually misled. So let's get into that a little bit. It just really frustrates me that people are assuming, oh, this is a race thing, la la la, something for black people to complain about when racism is over. Since when has it been over? Since when have you become the U.S. consensus that does all these studies and applying them to life in America, saying that racism is over? Unless you have the facts, then you need to shut up and do some research and go back to school. And I'd like to bring out the point that there has been several people on Facebook that I've had to unfriend because they tell me, oh, you think you're doing this wrong, oh, la la la, racism is over, blah blah blah. Why are you using the race card? I like to point out that when I post something, I don't use the race card. I talk about how police brutality is horrible in America, and the fact is it should not happen like that for anyone. And there are several cases on white people getting like abused by black cops or vice versa, anything, or police brutality against women. It's happening to everyone. And the fact is, people are going out of their way to say what they need to say and doing protests because it's important. This is a united front. And I want people to just understand is, don't just focus on the popular media or like the big major medias, because they sometimes misconstrue what's going on. It's good to look at a blog or a person that's been there, or looking at your timeline feed and finding out what's actually happening for people who are actually at those rallies or doing something like that. I find underground news sources that actually have reliable sources more reliable than the mainstream media today, because it seems like they're just focusing on two things, and this has been happening for a long time now. And people know that, but I think it's the media is just like, it's what's trending right now, what's going on in the media. If you want to know what's going on, you need to go out of your front door, out of your house, go to a meeting or a rally and join in. Here in Portland, Oregon, there are several rallies happening right now for what's happening in Ferguson or what's happening in New York, for anything, because hands up, don't shoot. This is not acceptable, and it needs to change. And the only way that we're going to change that is becoming a more united front, not accusing people of color for just complaining, and becoming more united and having understanding each side's understandings of what each other's without putting the defensive shield up. It's better to talk about it with each other when your guards are down, trying to understand both sides, but also not yelling, oh, you're a racist, oh, you're just pulling your race card, yada, yada, yada. Because that doesn't work. And I encourage everyone who has been doing what they have been doing for several weeks to go out in the community, in their own community, share their stories or go to rallies in support of what's happening. Because this is not acceptable and should not be happening. Well, hey guys, this has been another Ranier video, and I want to say, what do you guys think of this whole things that are happening in Ferguson, in New York? And also leave a comment below. Please like this video and please share this with people and let them know what they think. And also, I want to thank everybody for being patient because I've been really busy with school and you know how that is. But the only way you can change something is if you go out in the community and put your hands out for people and say like, hey, let's try and understand each other. This has been another Ranier rant, and I will see you guys next week with another video. Alright, you guys. See you later. Bye. Number 4. Oh, what's a good one? Save as much money as possible when you're traveling. Because you don't want to end up broke and spending all the stuff. Do you save money because you can come back with some